Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher or teachers for this week are the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. A really, really beautiful book full of very gentle wisdom. And if you haven't read it yet, it's well worth getting a hold of it. It's written in the style of a children's story, but it's certainly not written for children only. Estelle, a very good morning to you. It's good to see you. Right, let's get into today's message. Linda, good morning. Hello, somebody, good morning. Awesome having you all here. The first thought this morning says, do you have any other advice? Asked the boy. Don't measure how valuable you are by the way you are treated, said the horse. Don't measure how valuable you are by the way you are treated. And the second thought is, what are you glad you gave up? Asked the boy. Trying to please everyone, said the horse. I just really love how simple this is, how simply it's written, really to the point and very practical. So we all start out life with what can be called a reflected sense of self. A reflected sense of self means I start out my life by getting to know who I am because of what's being reflected back to me by the humans around me. Anthony, good morning. Good to see you, man. And if you think about it this way in the most practical terms is, how do you know your name? How do you know what your name is? And the answer is obviously really simple. The people around you reflected your name back to you so many times, thousands of times, that you at some point became convinced and adopted the belief that this name is who you are. Honey, very good morning. Good to see you there. This obviously works really well. This is the algorithm that runs a human system to look at my environment to learn who I am. It's really successful, but also we pick up some untruths along the way. So today's meditation is called The Masks We Wear, because the meditation helps remind us that so much of who we think we are and who we've been trying to be are because of those messages that taught us who we should be in order to be accepted and acceptable. And that creates in us, so many of our inner narratives are created by that process of being who we think the people around us need us to be. And it creates the way we talk to ourselves as well. And the last two thoughts from the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse speak to that part that says, what else? Asked the boy. You will have plenty of critics, said the horse. Don't be one of them. And I think that is so beautifully said. You are going to have, this is a part of life, this is a fact of life. You are going to have plenty of critics. Don't also be one of them. The very last thought says, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. It can tell you that you're no good. It can tell you that it's all hopeless. But remember this, you are loved and important, and you bring to this world things that no one else can. So hold on. So as I mentioned already, our meditation today is called The Masks We Wear. I really love this one. And it's not meant to point fingers at the people who raised us at all, but it is meant to help us reflect on what it is that got us here and where some of our work might lie. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away on today's journey together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, then let all of it go. And with every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. For the moment, for this very moment, the only thing there is to do is soften. Let every exhale lead you to a deeper softness than the one before. And remember that you can have multiple of these moments during your day, where you turn away from what else is happening and for a moment, have nothing else to do but breathe and allow your body to become softer. Because as we go about our day, it's so easy to pick up more and more baggage and walk around with bodies that become more and more tense, shoulders pulled up high, almost next to your ears. Have moments in your day where for the moment there's nothing to do but soften. This is not avoiding, this is not running away, this is not numbing. This is allowing ourselves to take a moment, and when we turn back to what it is that we need to do next, we can approach it with a calmer mind, with a softer body, and with clearer thoughts. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, and also forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slower circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Drop your left ear towards your left hip. Don't try and go too far. Very gently lean into your back muscles. And then drop your right ear towards your right hip. Again, not too far. Gently feel where the edges are, and then also gently lean into them. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. having softened our bodies into a space of presence as much as we are able to for the moment, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this would be a great place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long and slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, feel into your body, and as you do, invite softness in to every part of your body. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. As you exhale, feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy. Followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, I want to remind you that every time you turn inwards, every time you take a deep breath and hold it for a while, you are holding you. You are wrapping yourself around you. Take your next big breath. Our journey of masks start all the way back in childhood, and that's where we'll start our journey today. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, you don't have to try hard, try gently, try softly. See if anything does come up for you. But think back to your earliest memories and your parents, the people who raised you. Can you remember a moment where it felt like you'd have to show up differently in order to be acceptable? Can you remember a moment where it felt like how you are is not acceptable? Kind of like you'd have to wear a mask and to pretend to be different in order to be accepted. See if anything comes up for you. Take your next big breath. If you want, you can gently take off that mask and put it on the floor next to you. Or take a step on this linear timeline and try and remind yourself of other caregivers when you were a child. Grandparents, aunts, uncles. We often have quite a big influence from the other adults in our lives too. Can you remember a moment? Does anything come to mind? And again, you don't have to try hard. Try very gently. Can Can you remember a moment where any of the other adults in your young life, with their actions, their body language, their words, made you feel like the way you are is not acceptable and you will have to be different in order to be accepted? Take your next big breath. If you want, you can also gently remove that mask and put it on the floor next to you. We'll take a step forward to the kids in your very young life. Brothers and sisters, cousins, friends of the very young you. Can you remember a moment, an incident, where you were made to feel that you are not acceptable as you are? You would have to show up differently in order to be accepted. Take your next big breath. If you want, you can gently remove that mask too and place it on the floor next to you. I want you for a moment to specifically look at the teenage you, high school you, and teachers during that part of your life. Could you remember an incident where a teacher made you feel like how you are is completely unacceptable and that you'd have to show up differently in order to be accepted? Take your next big breath. and high school friends, friends of the teenage version of you. They have a huge influence on our lives. Can you remember a moment where a friend made it clear that how you are is not acceptable, and that you'd have to show up differently if you wanted to be accepted? Take your next big breath. We'll do one more quick stop. Your adult relationships. While the biggest influence comes from our childhood, our adult relationships, of course, have had a huge impact too. Can you remember an incident, a moment where you felt like, I will not be accepted the way I am, I have to be different, I have to put on a mask? Take your next big breath. Take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale possible. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, invite softness into every cell of your body. One more big breath in. And hold. As you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. None of this is to point a finger at any of the humans around you for making you feel not good enough. Or to point a finger at you for wearing masks and not being authentic. Much more, it shines a light on the human condition. Fitting into the tribe has always been our very first survival tool, our very first coping mechanism. Is making sure the tribe won't kick us out. Because in our past history, if the tribe did abandon us, our survival would be very uncertain. So rather than pointing a finger, maybe this practice highlights empathy for being a human being, understanding what it really is to be human. But it also clearly points to work, to where the work is to be done. In this meditation, I'm always reminded by Muji's really beautiful words saying, to be yourself, to find out who you really are and be you, authentically be you. That's actually the easy part. Being yourself is easy. But what is difficult is to stop being who you are not. And it speaks to this process. We have been conditioned for such a long time to wear a mask to make ourselves acceptable that it feels very difficult or impossible to step into the world naked without our masks. And it happens so automatically too, that we might not even realize how much we pretend when we are around other people. The goal is not to rip off masks and just be authentic, but to start having the awareness of where I am being real and where I am pretending. Simply to start noticing this, and know that I'm on a journey of figuring this out. Is it possible for me to pretend less? Is it possible for me to be more real? It is a journey. Be patient with you, and certainly also patient with the humans around you struggling with the same journey. But indeed, it is possible. The steps are small, but finally putting all the masks down is available to you. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this journey. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that this journey of life, through life, is not a straight line or even a continuous succession of steps, one higher than the next. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that this journey through life is a lot more like a dance. There are steps forward and there are steps backwards. Sometimes it feels like I get it, and sometimes it feels like I completely don't. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that if I accept this dance, if I stop resisting this dance, then the steps forward and also the steps backwards can be quite enjoyable. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being in this dance along with us. If you ever come across something in a meditation that you struggle to integrate, something that triggers you more than you know how to deal with, please reach out to me. This is, of course, my job. This is what I do. But try and embrace your dance. Sometimes we want to resist the steps back, but this is how the dance goes. The point of the dance is never to get to the other side of the dance floor and then feel like I've done it. It's always the process. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you, Sunmuddy. Thank you, Linda. Hey, Vivian. Good morning. It's good to see you. And everyone else too. Estelle, Honey, and whoever else might be in the background. Lots of love to you all. I hope you get to enjoy your dance more and more every day. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.